I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Lamia Sanguina joins me. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. This only the 14th time we've started this interview because I keep messing up the name.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You only messed it up once, and that's pretty good considering everything. That's pretty good.
Considering my usual record, it is pretty good. Hey, thanks so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Lamia Sanguina. I am a freaky, cute, silly, funny, sexy drow warlock VTuber. Nice to meet everybody.
Well,
it's nice to meet you.
Yes.
Hello.
No, I got too much gristle, believe me, after all these years. You don't want any part of this. Definitely far too much gluten. Just ask the doctor about that one. So how did you get started with VTubing?
So I've been a VTuber fan since around 2019, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I was a huge fan of Kiryu Koko,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still a huge fan of Akai Hato.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two Hololive talents, Hololive VTubers, who spoke Japanese and were on the Japanese side of the company, but also did a lot on the English side.
Yeah.
And so they kind of helped me break into the whole world of VTubing, because since they spoke English on some of their streams and in some of their content, it kind of broke that language barrier and made it a lot more accessible.
Yeah.
Especially since back then, in like 2019 and 2020, there were not that many VTuber clippers who would translate things to English. So it was basically like you either needed to know how to understand and read Japanese, or you got lucky and found a clipper who bothered translating things.
Yeah.
And it's much different now. It's so insanely, incredibly different now. But
yeah, I mean, we get a chance to enjoy some of the Japanese and Indonesian VTubers that are extremely funny, but just in a language we don't understand.
Exactly. Whereas back then it was kind of like you got the vibe that it was funny and you would partially understand a joke, but then kind of be like,
That must have been a funny word in that language.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing. Yeah, and so there's some of them are so crazy. It's just funny to hear their reactions to things. So that kind of got your interest peaked. Were there any straight up English talents that you were watching at the time?
Well, when Hololive Myth first debuted, I watched their debuts, and that kind of piqued my interest even more. And with Hololive Myth, which is Hololive English's first generation, for those who don't know, that also made it so that in the West, especially North America in general, communities, like real life and online communities, were forming around VTubing more.
Yeah.
And so I got involved with a lot of convention activities that were put on by people in the VTuber community. And I don't want to. I always feel like I sound conceited if this comes up, but I don't mean it that way. But I had friends who I met through some VTuber fan communities who had told me you should try it. I think that you would be good at it. And so I had put it off for years and years and years because I kind of just did not feel ready or did not believe in myself enough. And I was like, oh my God.
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, it sounds like so much. And what if people don't like me, or what if I'm not funny, or what if I'm not entertaining, or whatever. And the thing that finally made me push myself to do it is that Irium staff, before Irium US came out,
right,
had reached out to me on my personal account because I'm part of a large VTuber community, and they were looking for people to participate in basically interviews to get a better sense of American VTuber fans.
Oh.
So they were doing market research basically.
Ah, cool.
And they had asked me, and so I had interviewed with staff, and After I had met staff, one of the staff members asked me, he said, I'm going to an American convention soon, like for market research to
Mm.
learn more about like American anime fans and American VTuber fans. And I was wondering if you could like introduce me to your friends and show me around because he didn't really know like how to get started.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, sure, of course. And then so we had a really fun party weekend where he met a lot of American VTuber fans at Katsucon a few
Yeah.
years back.
Yeah.
And then after that, he said, we're opening our founding streamer program soon. I told people about you. We want you to apply. And I didn't do it for months because I had the same feeling that I mentioned before where I was kind of scared too and didn't
Yeah.
really believe that I could do it.
Yeah. Oh.
And then eventually he did enough of a job of in a friendly way pestering me about it that I was like, okay, if he wants me to do it this badly, then I should just do it because he probably sees something in me that I am not seeing in myself.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean, had you ever been out in front of a stage before, or been on stage?
when I was a kid, yeah, but in high school I did theater, but I didn't do the performing side. I did directing. So
Ah.
I kind of took the backseat to things for a
Yeah.
while and did the
Yeah.
behind the scenes stuff. But he gave me very specific advice. He said, once I passed the application and the application interview and they accepted me into the founding streamer program, he said, I've seen you with your friends, just act on stream the same way that you do when you're with your friends.
Ah.
And I was like, okay. And I've done that and it works. So
Well, I got to tell you this. I'm really surprised you haven't done more on stage or in front of a microphone because you've got that naturally projecting voice that is
thank you. I appreciate that.
and it's very easy to understand and talk with. That's one of those things you can't really teach. You can have somebody learn to project more, but when it comes very naturally, it seems like it's very easy for you to do that, and it's if you can do that in a conversational way, like you're doing online now, it's a gigantic bonus. I can see what he saw in you.
Thank
Um,
you. That's very kind of you. But I do think this is kind of a joke, kind of not. But you did mention the Italian names before. I am Italian,
uh-huh.
and I think my family is the stereotypical loud American Italian family. So I think
Ah,
that's where the natural projection comes from, at least in part.
yeah. Well, some of the greatest announcers in baseball history were Italian Americans. So
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, Harry,
We're very good at being loud.
and folks like Harry Carey, Joe Garagiola, they were right up there. So, but it's really that's something you obviously didn't have to worry about when you started, is whether or not people were gonna get what you're saying. Because some folks start off and they're really kind of meek and kind of dip their toe in the water. When you turned on the microphone for the first time, did you have that a little bit of how cold is the water type of thing before you started?
Not really, but I also think that's because I've been a VTuber fan for a while,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's not only have I been a VTuber fan for many years now, but it's also that I've been involved in like organizing events and stuff in the VTuber community in general.
Yeah.
And so like I've been, like crowd controlling and giving directions and giving announcements for things.
Tasering people.
Right. So like I'm just kind of used to it. So I think that's why it came a little bit more naturally, but I do I get why it's intimidating and doesn't come naturally for some people who start out with VTubing, because like the idea of talking out loud to yourself but not hearing anybody talk back is not really a natural thing.
No, it's not. It isn't. And it's and even I was in radio 35 years, and it was I would be at home as a preteen recording into my Radio Shack Panasonic cassette player, like I was doing basketball games. But it was because of that I got used to hearing myself doing it, um, and mostly because no one else would listen. Um, so
That's true.
so
That's like the more that you do it, the more your your brain just kind of becomes desensitized to it. So I feel like you're less likely to kind of be self-conscious and embarrassed about it.
it just
Whereas like the first few times you ever do it, you might kind of get that gut feeling. It's like, what the hell am I doing right now?
oh yeah. I've become desensitized to myself.
That's kind of what you got to do sometimes when you're trying to entertain in any way, because
Yeah,
it's
it,
when you're entertaining people, it's very easy to slip into that um like slip into being like overly self-conscious.
oh yeah, and you get suddenly it comes in like what am I doing here?
Right.
It's
Whereas if you're having a conversation with somebody face to face, then you're getting immediate feedback and response. So
yeah yeah
your brain is like, yeah, this makes sense. Keep doing
yeah,
this.
but when I was going into the radio stuff, I would talk to hundreds, maybe even 4-digit people on a live broadcast, especially around like basketball and football games, and 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 I was fine with it. But get me in a room with 10 people, I didn't. My legs would lock up. I didn't want to talk to anybody. It's just for some people, it's a little easier that way. Um,
Yeah. I think it's also because like you're saying, when you do the radio shows or when you were doing the radio shows for like the sports, you're going into it with a specific purpose and a specific task, right?
oh yeah, usually,
So
yeah,
that like yeah, so that helps. Like you're like, "Oh, my job right now is to talk about this game."
yeah, yeah.
But when you're in a room with 10 people, it's like, "Well, I don't know what we're going to talk about next or who's going to say what."
My job is to get out alive, survive until the next thing, and if I'm in a room like that. But with you know you having the background of VTubing, you didn't really have the background in VTubing the way Irium does it. So was that a bit of a shock to you when it was basically you and the audience with no game to fall back on?
I'm not going to lie, sometimes I think that I might prefer it.
Huh?
It feels more natural to me than like a YouTube chat or a Twitch chat
hmm
sometimes.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, it seems. Tell me if I'm getting this right, because I sometimes you can ask my wife. I say things and sometimes it sounds like I know what I'm doing, but I'm not. That's radio for you. The When you're talking on Irium as opposed to talking on, say, Twitch, in Irium, you could have 10 people in there and you're carrying on 10 different conversations. But on Twitch, it's basically you talking to a group of people.
That's I would say that's you're close, I would say.
Yeah.
With Irium, it's like since it's zero latency and you're receiving everything
Mhm.
pretty much as instantly as technologically possible.
I don't see how it
Like
could be any faster.
right, it's literally like it's basically like having a conversation with somebody, like an
Right.
actual conversation, except the only difference is you can't like see their face.
Yeah.
So like it's almost like being on FaceTime or like a video call with somebody, except they can see you, you can't see them, honestly.
Exactly. And that still floors me. And after talking with so many folks from Miriam and bothering people on their streams as much as I do, it still floors me the lack of latency. Um, and that's something we always fought in radio, because when we would go on for remotes, the audio would sometimes be delayed and certainly would come in faster than any video on television. So if we were broadcasting a basketball game that was on television, there would sometimes be 12 seconds delay. I mean, that's some latency there. Uh,
Yeah.
and it would, people would call up, "Can't you get close to the game?" No, don't. We're not going to try that. But it's that type of thing is what I'm used to. Some sort of little bounce and delay. But
Right, like
it's
almost like a buffer time of like
yeah,
where you
yeah,
know that you're supposed to take a few moments to like breathe and pause. But
yeah. But
with
it's
Irium, it's like you could just go, 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 go. There's
yeah.
no waiting.
I do know this: you can't accidentally click on somebody because they're going to know you did it.
Oh yeah, yes. I mean, that's the same thing. It's the same thing on the streamers end on Irium is kind of like similarly to what you said. It's like, oh, if you actually click on somebody, they're gonna know because it announces it because it's
Yeah,
like meant to be such a personal
yeah,
experience for the viewer. But also, if somebody joins our chat, like they're there and you see their username, you see everything. Whereas like in a YouTube chat, you might miss it.
mm,
But like in on Irium, it's much more obvious when somebody is like present and active.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's for the viewer. If folks you haven't Irium is for your mobile device, and it's very easy. It's not doesn't like take 2 years to download or anything. It's very easy to get involved in, and the conversations are easy. The folks are great. They're not paying me to say that. I'm just saying it. Um, and the conversation is very one on one. You guys have to a person the ability to be agile enough to go between conversations where somebody could be talking about a type of pickle that they ate, and the other person comes in and says, "Here's my cat," that type of thing. And but you're still keeping on both conversations at the same time. Is that easy
Yeah.
for you?
Well, the thing is that if somebody, I kind of okay, it is kind of a VTuber etiquette thing where it's like to a degree, chatters are expected to stay relatively on topic, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody gets completely off topic and it's not something I'm interested in talking about, I'll just be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Have you
um,
have you thrown me a challenge, Lamia?
no, but like, yeah, I mean, in the sense that like, yeah, somebody like it is kind of like it almost feels like being like at the front of like a lecture hall and you're
Mm.
like the person up there giving a presentation and then you're having people raise their hand and go, I think this and I think that, and you're going like, yes, blah blah blah. Like I don't know.
Well,
I
yeah.
probably could have thought of a less boring way to say that,
Well,
but
no, I think it's very good in that, and it people have follow up questions, and you have to keep going. In a lecture hall, you can pretty much concentrate on one at a time. But there's begin with a no latency. People are you depend on how fast they can type.
yeah, it's a double edged sword though, because I feel like most viewers on Irium who are like regular viewers of a streamer or
Uh-huh.
just like are fans of VTubers in general understand the need for like having a few moments of patience and that like the VTuber can only get to like one thing at once.
Oh yeah,
But there definitely are people who come in and maybe aren't as familiar with VTubers and don't really know the etiquette who kind of expect that instant gratification, like that instant response.
yeah, yeah,
So that's definitely a challenge sometimes. It's like you kind of have to put those people in their place a little bit.
yeah. So tell me how you feel when you get some folks in the chat and they start chatting with each other. Does that bother you as the host?
When people start chatting with each other, oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. It's
What
okay with
my
you.
I think it's fine as long as it's like again, it's like as long as it's relatively on topic. I don't really have a problem with it. In fact, it kind of can make the conversation that I'm having with chat better if people are interacting with each other. That like gives me more to talk about and can be more fun for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it kind of makes it a group chat type of thing, I guess,
Yeah.
in that sort of way. I can imagine where it could be a big pain in the rear with 30 people in there and 28 of them are talking to each other.
I think most people who watch any kind of live stream in general know to not have like a one-on-one personal conversation in a streamer's chat. I think most people are considerate enough
Yeah,
to not do that.
yeah,
But if people in my chat, like if my chatters are talking to each other about whatever the topic is that we're talking about, that's awesome. That's
yeah.
good.
That's cool. Yeah, because they're following along with you. It's like they're not excluding anybody. Not trying to carve their own little channel out of your channel. They're going along with the conversation. Um, if you get somebody in who is starting to trauma dump a little bit, Have you had that happen, and have you been able to deal with it?
Oh yeah, it happens. We just ban them. We just ban them. I
Uh,
don't. I'm a grown woman who has real life responsibilities and chooses to do this on the side as a hobby. So I don't really have the time or patience for that.
I would hire you as a talk show host immediately. Not talking
There.
about
Maybe that's secretly my calling.
it. Oh no, you need to make money. In radio, you can't make any money. That's for sure. Now as long as if you have that line drawn, then everybody has to toe that line. Is the thing, and I do watch sometimes where some of the talents are trying to carry on a conversation, and there's one person who is there just kind of oh, and it work was so terrible today.
Yeah, I think more VTubers should say when they don't like things.
Yeah,
I think that's fine. I think more VTubers should say when they don't. My thing is like, it's like taking time out of your day to talk to people is such a personal thing that it's like, if the vibe isn't right, it's your vibe. You get to curate it.
yeah.
So I think more VTubers should, like, without shame, like, curate the vibe of their chat.
I like
And
that word too, curate, because that's exactly what
yeah.
it is. You're picking the weeds.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah,
not to say, like, if you find somebody like a little weird or like their sense of humor is different than yours, just be like, oh, like, fuck this person. But like, if somebody is being rude consistently, or you can tell that they're just not a right fit for your community, then I feel like that's fine
yeah,
to weed them out. I feel like
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah. Especially if you got that set up. If people know that you're not, Dr. Phil or whatever online. It's people coming in to have fun, and maybe if something comes up, oh yeah, I had that situation happen to me once. Tell a
Yeah,
story or something.
exactly.
That's one thing, but um,
Yeah, like we do talk about sensitive and personal issues sometimes on stream, like you said. Like, sometimes those things just naturally come up.
yeah,
Like, I've talked about like personal life experiences that have happened to me, and then like, or sometimes even like a chatter who's like a fan of mine who is a regular will say like, oh, the story that you told reminded me of this time that something happened to me, and then we'll like share stories back and forth, and that's totally cool.
oh yeah, that's
But
what that's on topic.
I
That's
I
good.
yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah,
the main issue is just not rolling with the conversation. A chatter who doesn't roll with the conversation and tries to just like interject with their own things that are
mhm.
completely unrelated is never going to be a good fit for a community. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, and especially in something that moves as fast as Irium. I would think that in something like one of the other chats, you can kind of ignore it a little bit, but when in Irium, it would stand out like a sore thumb, wouldn't it?
Exactly. And it's like the thing where, because of how Irium is, like, your chatters will notice it too. And like, also, it's like I try to protect the enjoyment that my chat is having too, because if somebody is coming in here and also like kind of being rude in a way that's like pissing them off a little, then like that ruins it for them too. So
Yeah.
I think it's important to like I said before, it's important to like curate the vibe that you want to have for your community. So
Be a good gardener. Keep your garden clean, and don't grow any of those pot plants that'll get you in trouble.
yeah.
Yeah. But if you do, get a good price for it. Um,
Yeah, there you go.
so you've started. You've got channels up on YouTube and Twitch too. Um,
I
it-
have
just
Twitch is
getting
just kind
started
of
with them.
there
Yeah.
because I'm like, in case I ever need to use it, but honestly I don't really like Twitch that much just as a platform.
Yeah.
But I am trying to stream on YouTube when I can,
Well,
but life has been very busy lately, so my priority is Irium just cuz that's mainly where my community is and where I enjoy streaming the most.
and you can stream from
But
anywhere. Yeah.
right.
Uh,
But when I feel like I am in a place where I have more time and energy to, I do plan on delving more into YouTube.
so what do you plan to do on YouTube? Is it going to be more of the same, or you go games? We have different types of streams.
I honestly, every stream that I've done on YouTube so far has been either like gaming or like exploring things online with
Mm.
my chat. Like, I like to look at weird stuff online.
Well, I think everybody does, whether they admit it or not. There's something in their history they really need to delete.
Like I think Irium is really great for like chatting and just hanging out and also karaoke.
Yeah,
Whereas YouTube is much better for gaming. I
yeah,
know some people try to do gaming on Irium and I'm like, I won't yuck their yum. I guess that's their choice, but since it doesn't have a visual aspect, then I feel like it's just kind of like you
yeah.
know?
It'd be
So
pretty tough.
yeah, so like whenever I do want to play a game, then I will do it on YouTube. So when I'm on YouTube, it will be mostly gaming content, and I'll probably keep the just chatting and karaoke type of content on Irium.
Yeah, it's I do hear eventually sometimes you have two streamers on the same stream, and I guess there's some way around it to have somebody else on there with you. Um, I think it might be a good format for like an interview show. If you're to talk, do an interview with other Irium folks, that might make some sense. But um, as far as games go, I see people streaming on either YouTube or Twitch, and also on Irium at the same time.
Yeah, it's like I totally get why though, because it's like they're trying to like I guess like maximize their output. Like I get it, but also I feel like it's like Irium is just not the platform for that. But also if somebody wants to try to do that, I'm like, I'm not gonna knock you. Like you gotta do you, you know?
Well, yeah,
You do what's right for you.
it just seems to me that that'd be a little awkward. I mean, it would, especially because of the lag there. Um, the video is going to be different times. It's not going to quite work out exactly the same way. I mean, it's not like different time zones, but it's still going to be a little difficult. But I see some people are able to do it, which is good on them. Some people can sing too, and I'm not going to do that. So that's the thing. Now, speaking of singing, you said you're doing karaoke. So
Yeah, I usually do I try to do one karaoke stream a week and I've been pretty consistent with that.
yeah, what type of
Um
music?
Oh my, a lot. I am a big emo fan, so we do a
Mm,
lot of emo songs, but also I try to do some like more lighthearted, like fun songs too. So I'll do like a lot of like 2000s, 2010s like pop and like rap hits, like club
yeah,
hits,
yeah.
because those always make people really happy and they're kind of goofy and silly. Um and I do a lot of like indie rock and stuff like that too. Some pop here and there, but yeah, it's like a lot of it is emo and like indie rock, and then I'll do like some like pop and hip hop here and there.
So what would be the song you enjoy doing the most?
Oh my goodness. Probably I'm trying to think of honestly the songs that I feel like I enjoy doing the most are the songs that
If,
my
if
chat enjoys the most.
if you say a Taylor Swift song, I'm going to take your emo title away from you.
No, it's well, okay, here's the thing. I I do enjoy some older Taylor Swift, but you I'm a believer that you can like whatever music you want to like and also
Yes,
still like other music.
yes.
But I appreciate the joke. Um I would say I really love doing My Chemical Romance
Uh,
or Fallout Boy songs
yeah,
for my chat
yeah,
because they're two of my favorite bands and a lot of my chat also really likes those bands.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but also there's an artist called Lemon Demon who does some like funky Oingo Boingo type songs.
Oingo Boingo. Yes. Now,
Yeah,
now you're talking my
yeah,
time.
yeah, and his songs are really big with like people who grew up on like Tumblr and things like that, and he has like kind of like a cult following,
Yeah,
and he does a lot of like goofy, silly songs that are like just really, really great songs overall,
yeah, yeah.
and some of those songs have kind of become like repeats on my karaoke streams because my chat really likes them. Um, and then my chat also really likes when I do Minecraft parodies of pop songs.
Oh, cool. Well, that really does play into it, doesn't it? I mean, really does. You can just because you basically just have the backing track, you can sing whatever lyrics you want to it.
Well, they're not my original ones, but myself and other members of my chat when we were growing up and YouTube was kind of still pretty new. A lot of YouTubers who did like let's plays of Minecraft would make their own parodies of like pop songs
Yep.
that were like Minecraft versions.
Yes.
And so I do those during karaoke streams sometimes because they're really funny. Um,
That's perfect. I never even thought of something like that. That would be
you
perfect.
gotta look it up. You gotta look up Captain Sparkle's TNT.
Oh my
You gotta
gosh.
check that out.
This my grandson is big into Minecraft. He doesn't let me on because the only time I joined him, I punched his sheep to death.
How could you?
I
On
didn't.
accident or on
Well, I
purpose?
mean, I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't even know how to walk. All of a sudden, this sheep is taking damage, and then there's like a piece of meat there. So I don't know. So he said,
I don't know how he'll ever forgive you.
well, he said I couldn't play anymore, so I pushed one of his cattle into the water, and then I left.
Evil, 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 Eric.
He's got to learn. Boy, boys got to learn. I'm an OG gamer. I had Pong. Damn it. You gotta get. We know. We put quarters in machines back in the day. So don't mess with us. We're gangster.
Oh yeah.
Donkey Kong forever. Um, Original Donkey Kong. The uh, so when you are on Twitch, what type of games are you playing?
I don't really stream on Twitch, but when I'm on YouTube, I've played Umusume Pretty Derby.
Ah,
Um, I've played Toontown and Club Penguin because those are two childhood games of mine that are very nostalgic and are very nostalgic for my chat as well.
right.
Um, and I've also played Peglin, which is kind of like Peggle, but kind of like fantasy themed.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I haven't just played games. We've also done some like things where we just kind of browse the internet. Like I did a stream where I tried to find funny names of places on maps.
Yeah, there's plenty of
And
those.
there's so many. You could do a stream like that for like 24 hours and you would not run out of things as long as you were creative enough because there are some places in the world that are named absurd things.
Oh yeah, it's just why would you even name something that? I mean, if there's and of course where I'm at in Illinois, uh, West Brooklyn is north and east of Brooklyn.
Right, so like why?
Yeah.
Well, no, I meant more like we were looking up things like we were trying to see how many places had the word like boobs or penis in them.
Well, there's plenty of those too.
And it's more than you would think. It's
Yes.
really more than you would think.
Yes.
There's also just a lot of names that are just completely nonsensical.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really awesome. It was a really fun stream. So I like doing stuff like that too, where we just like find weird things online and browse like weird stuff.
Yeah.
I did a stream on Irium once where I just read weird Wikipedia articles that I found to chat.
I bet that went over pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Like we somehow ended up on uh nuclear waste removal techniques or something.
Someone tunes in. Someone tunes in. Hi, Lamia. I get nuclear waste removal.
That's a good summary of how most of my streams are. Is somebody comes in and they go, "Huh? Yeah. Oh, okay."
All right. I'm game. Deal me in.
I often have people join and go, "What? What the hell?"
Yeah. I could definitely see that. It really does seem like this is built for you. It doesn't. Especially the Irium style, where you can. You're the head person at the campfire.
Yeah, it's super fun because I can be weird and say whatever I want, and people like it and enjoy it.
You can only do that so long in public before they start.
Right, but when you're an anime girl and you do that online, people actually think it's awesome. So
If you do it at the workplace, they'll stand it for a
yeah,
while and then
well, if you do it at the workplace, you get a meeting with HR.
yeah,
But
yeah,
if you do it as a cute anime girl VTuber, then people cheer you on and ask for more. So
So if you had one thing you could add to Irium that would make it easier for you, I know they added the moderator stuff, which makes it easier for some folks. What would it be?
oh my goodness, I don't know if I've thought about this before. I
Mm.
don't think I've thought about this before.
You are on the spot. I'm not going to do the Jeopardy theme because then I'd be hit with a copyright strike. So imagine it in your head, folks.
I'm imagining it. I'm imagining it. Uh, okay. Oh, I know. I don't know how possible it is, but even though Irium is an app for adults only,
Yeah,
a lot of children bypass it because all they need to do is like check a box and lie.
yeah,
If there was some magical way we could prevent children from getting on the platform and watching streams completely, that would be awesome.
yeah, yeah. Some of it has to do, of course, with their parents and guardians.
That is correct.
Yeah,
Parents don't monitor what their children do on
yeah,
their phones and tablets
that's
and
right.
such.
And then us grandparents who just let them do it anyway because we're the ones they like. Um, we, we give them candy and give them free internet. Go do what you want. Then hand them back to the kids later, bouncing off the walls and talking about things they shouldn't be talking about. That does cause a problem though because you don't. There are some folks that you'd have absolutely no idea. There could be some very well spoken 16, 17-year olds out there. And
That's true,
then
yeah.
suddenly they drop a bomb and everybody is just up a tree at that point.
Right. And there's also just like even younger children like sometimes end up on platforms or even on platforms like YouTube or whatever when uh a creator explicitly states like if you are not 18 or older and you're in my chat, I do not want you here. It's kind of hard because like when you're a kid, you're just so curious and when somebody says you can't do something, then you're like, well, I'm going to do it. And
Oh yeah.
so I think a lot of kids kind of are curious about adult only spaces and so insert themselves into these adult only spaces.
Yeah.
But it's difficult because it's like I get it. You're a kid, you don't
Yeah.
know any better, but I don't want you here. Get
Hey,
out.
hey, I was getting into bars at 16. I mean,
Well, I don't.
I had a mustache and I didn't cause any problems. I just came in to play pool. I wasn't buying drinks or being a jerkwad about it. I knew better than to call attention to myself.
Well, you
Um,
could get away with that back then when there wasn't like you couldn't like easily look up anybody or there weren't cameras everywhere. You could kind of get away with that.
yeah, they were supposed to be bouncers, but they they did not care.
Well, yes, that's my one thing is that if Irium could somehow more concretely bar children from the platform, even though it's stated in their terms of service and all that,
Yeah,
that would be fantastic.
yeah. Has the move into Canada affected you at all?
No, not really. No, it's like it's been like actually the same.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with the microphone over here, folks. Just bear with me a little bit. Um, I was wondering whether it'd be kind of a bump or whether there's been some Arium streamers come in from Canada.
Yeah, there have been a few streamers who have joined ever since there's been the update that allows people from Canada to watch and also stream from Irium.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've had quite a few Canadian VTubers join.
yeah. You can tell them by the extra U when they talk.
Ah, yes. And
So
the being overly polite.
yes, they would allow people to come in and just talk about whatever they want to talk
Yeah, yeah. And they go, sorry.
about. Oh, so I'm sorry, eh? And sorry is Sourry. Um, it's good to see that Arium is still working to expand and add things to what's going on. They pretty quickly adapted with the moderator thing, which
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
that
it
was great.
I
That made a
guess
huge difference. It really
I
did.
guess they don't even have that in Japan with their group.
Um, I actually don't know. I do
Yeah,
not know if I can't imagine that they don't have that on the Japanese side because it would
yeah,
kind of be. I mean, the app has been out for so long at this point there, and it's such a
yeah,
big thing there. It would kind of be insane if they didn't have moderation. I'm sure that they do.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. The fact that Arium has come up and so many people have joined it. Um, I mean, at one point I was like, maybe I can catch all the Irium folks, but that ain't happening anytime soon.
No, it's impossible.
And you guys like multiplying
At
like the
one point,
rabbits.
maybe this time last year, it was actually kind of reasonable to be like, I'm gonna try to catch a lot of the new debuts because it was maybe like a few people a week,
Yeah,
but it's grown so much now that it's you would never sleep if you tried to watch everybody.
yeah, that's true. I mean, you can. I've woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning and there's somebody on the stream. You know, it's you can find somebody on there virtually 24 hours. Now, folks got to realize that what you need is a phone to be able to stream. So you can go from just about anywhere and stream. What is
Mhm.
the weirdest place you've streamed from yet?
Um. Oh my goodness. I was out drunk with my friends once, who two of them are also VTubers, and uh, we were at a club where many people at the club were looking to take someone home that night, you could
Ah,
say. And me and my other friend were not interested and were kind of uncomfortable. So we hid in the corner and we went on Irium.
did you do play by play of everything that was going on around you?
Yes, I kept going like, "Oh my god, this my friend's kissing this person." Like literally, it was crazy. It was really funny.
That you found an entirely new way to stream is go to bars, sit in the corner, and comment on what's going on. Everybody will love it.
Yeah, everybody around me was drunk and making out, and I wanted to nothing to do with it. So I sat in the corner with my friend, and we observed and told everybody what was going on.
Did they find out that you told on them?
My friends?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they didn't care though. They thought it
Oh,
was funny. I only did it. I only did it because I knew that they would think it was funny.
that's great. That's wonderful. Yeah, it really does seem like this is a great fit for you. I mean, in not just from your obvious vocal talent and your personality, but from a lifestyle fit. I mean, it really does seem like it's in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's been a great fit so far, and I've really enjoyed it, and I feel it feels right for me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's obviously what part of your life is it now? Is it still a hobby, or has it become something that you're looking forward to every day, every week?
It's both.
Huh,
It's both.
yeah,
VTubing has become a lot of things for me. It's like it's a hobby, it's something that keeps me going. It's motivating to have like people who want to spend time with you and cheer you on and support you.
mm,
It's it's been a huge source of joy and motivation in my life ever since I started.
yeah, yeah. It's nice to be able to have something that you can lean on and enjoy each time. And especially with Irium, I think it's a different cake every time you open the wrapper. I mean, it's you don't know exactly what's going to happen when you turn the microphone on.
Yeah, it's great. And it's like I've gotten to like know so many of my chatters because they share about their day and I get to know like their personalities and their sense of humor and like what we have in common, like hobbies that we have in common, music that we all like to listen to. And
Yeah,
it's so good to, at the end of the day, like real life can be challenging and grating and really wear you down sometimes. But being able to come home and spend time with people who care about me and support me and want me to uh, go after whatever I want to do creatively is like, it's like priceless. It's really, really, really great.
Yeah, it's a wind beneath your wings moment when that something like that happens, and
Oh, it is.
yeah,
It's like I could be having the worst day ever, and then like somebody could like just tell me like that they thought a part of a stream was like funny, or they like listened to a song that I was talking about and they liked it, or
yeah.
like make me like a meme or like a doodle, and I'll be like, it instantly makes me feel a little bit better. It's so great. I feel very grateful to have it. It's
Did
awesome.
did you think when you started that you'd still be at it at this point?
Um, no, because honestly, like it's it's one of those things where it's kind of hard to stick to for a lot of people because it's a commitment
Yeah.
that kind of
You could have just ended it right there with a lot of people because it's a commitment.
it's a commitment. Yeah, VTubing and streaming in general
Yeah.
is a commitment, and it's a commitment that you have to stay committed to just because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
like, yeah, like sometimes you might like make a little bit of money off of it here and there, but like the main thing is like you have to just enjoy doing it and enjoy interacting with people. Otherwise, you will get burnt out and you will not last. So,
And you'll burn out
I
your audience too.
yeah, I honestly never thought that I would have more than like maybe like one or two regular viewers,
Mhm.
and now I have way more than I thought I would,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Like I sometimes find myself in disbelief that the same like 10 or so people will come hang out with me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty amazing when you get that sort of feedback, and I call it sometimes justifying, which isn't quite the right word for it, but it's like, yeah, I'm here for a reason now.
Yeah, no, it's I think you mean like it's fulfilling in a way. It's like,
that too. Yeah.
yeah, it gives you a sense of purpose and like fulfillment,
Yeah.
where it's like, because at the end of the day it's like connection and building community, and that's such an important part of our psychology, is like having a sense of community and fulfillment.
Yeah.
Like that will just, finding something that gives you community and gives you a sense of fulfillment will improve your mental health more than anything else possibly could.
Yeah.
And so the fact that as a VTuber I have that honestly has improved my mental health over the last year or so. I remember specifically around this time last year, there was like a week or so soon after my debut on Irium where I just like, I never get like this too because I'm a pretty negative and cynical person, honestly. But I couldn't stop smiling some days because I was just so happy. And it got to the point where like when I was passing strangers on the street, they would smile back at me because they thought I was smiling at them.
Yes.
And I was like, no, I was like, well, that's nice that they think that I was looking at them and smiling at them, but I'm just really happy because I have a bunch of little people in my phone who like to hang out with me.
I'm thinking of the end of the original Grinch cartoon, and their heart grew 3 sizes that day.
It really did. It really did. It has genuinely made me like a more sentimental and loving person, I think.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. If folks, you listen to this interview and you don't want to find out what Lamia is doing, I feel sorry for you because we're going to have the links. You got to check out what Lamia's got going on not just Irium, but YouTube and those rare times when Lamia shows up on Twitch.
Thank you, Art.
Check it out because what you hear is what you're going to get. Someone who obviously has a really good outlook and very wonderful personality and easy to talk with. You will enjoy yourself immensely, like I have during this interview. I would thank you so much for coming on. It's just it's always good to hear someone who's enjoying themselves and getting the most out of it, and and embracing it and wanting to pass it on to other people. That's the best.
Oh, Eric, thank you for your very sweet, kind words. Your
Yeah.
words were very, very kind.
Yeah. Yes, and I'll send you the bill for them later.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'll pay interest too.
I was in radio, you know. The M in media means mooch. We'll take anything. Well, hopefully we'll have you on again here pretty soon because
Oh, I would love that. And
it's
thank you so much for being a great host. Thank you for your great questions.
yeah.
It's hard. Sometimes I feel like people want to do interviews, but they don't quite know how to ask questions. But you asked really good questions, so thank you for that. It made it easier on me. So thank you.
Oh, I'm blushing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.